don't know where this startup fever has come from, but many of you lately have been asking me, Jenna, how have you managed to successfully build up a business here in Germany when sometimes it feels next to impossible? And then I thought, why don't I just share the process that I went through with you? So if you've been thinking of starting your own side hustle here in Germany or even starting up your own big business, there's really no better way to go through the steps of preparing yourself than to hear it from somebody who's already been through the steps for you. I have been here 11 years, so yes, I do know the confusing paperwork, the slow banks, and the German bureaucracy that it takes to do some major things in Germany. But starting a business actually isn't one of those. So let me start you off with a very exciting point. It is very manageable and you can do it. And today I'm going to walk you through the 5 easiest steps to start your side hustle or your business here in Germany. And I'm going to show you how Revolut Business, our sponsor for today's video, can help you make the process much faster, much smoother, and way less stressful. And thanks to Revolut Business, you can use this personalized link. It is also down below, including the terms and conditions, but this link is going to get you a 20 euro bonus when you sign up for your own Revolut Business bank account. Hello there! For those of you who haven't met me yet, my name is Jenna. I am a Canadian who has been living in Germany since 2014. I am a freelancer, I am a content creator, I am a mompreneur, whatever you want to call me. I built my business here in Germany from scratch as an expat, and now I'm giving you the shortcut version that I wish I had when I first got started. So here are the 5 simple steps to starting your own side hustle or business here in Germany. Step 1, you are going to need to choose your business type. Before you do anything here, you are going to have to register yourself as this business type. So I, for example, am a freelancer or Freiberufler. And that is typically when you're a content creator, doing something creative, teaching, or oftentimes also consulting. However, if you're planning on selling products or running an in-store business, then you're likely going to want to register as a Gewerbe. So any sort of physical activities, physical products, this is going to be under Gewerbe. And then you've got the bigger level, which if you're planning on scaling up a business pretty quick and already forming an UG or GmbH, this is going to be for those of you who want a limited liability company. So you can go any one of those routes, but you do have to legally register it here in Germany at your local Finanzamt. I'm not gonna lie, speaking with authorities in Germany is something that I absolutely dread. I've shared that before. One of the worst experiences I've ever had in Germany was at the immigration department here in Germany. However, the Finanzamt, I have to say, I love calling them. They are super helpful. I find they're the nicest employees when it comes to speaking with German authorities. And I never really feel like my lack of German is a problem. So if you have any questions about exactly what type of business you think you are, I mean, you've always got AI tools that you can ask nowadays, but if you want to be on the safe side, you can also just call up your local Finanzamt and ask them exactly how you should be registering based on their recommendations. So step 2, of course, now that you've decided what type of business you are going to be, you're going to need to register it with the Finanzamt. Again, it's not as hard as you think. They are very nice. The process is quite simple. Depending on where you live, it could be called Finanzamt or Gewerbeamt. Nonetheless, the application is going to cost you probably somewhere between 20 to 60 euros, again, depending on where you live in Germany. And then you're going to obtain something called a Gewerbeschein or a freelance tax number, depending on what you've registered for. A little quick tip here, if you don't know what Finanzamt to register at, it is quite easy to figure out. You just go to finanzamt.de, punch in your address, and it will give you your Finanzamt location straight away. So when you are registering your business for the first time, you are also going to fill out a form for Elster. This is where we submit all of our tax information in Germany. The form is called Fragebogen zur steuerlichen Erfassung, and I'm going to include that link down below as well so that you can go ahead and find that online. Fill it out. It's basic information, personal info, business info, bank account info, in this case your Revolut business IBAN. I'll share that in just a sec. Your estimated revenue or profit, and don't stress here, they really just want to know an estimate. What do you think? You can ballpark it, it doesn't have to be exact. And then most importantly, your Umsatzsteuer identification number. And there they're gonna wanna know if you're planning on being a Kleinunternehmer or not. That means if you are a small business making under, as of 2025, 25,000 euros a year, you can apply to be a Kleinunternehmer, which means that you are exempt from charging VAT tax or Mehrwertsteuer. I did this at the beginning. It makes life much easier because then you don't have to constantly submit the Mehrwertsteuer receipts for the Finanzamt as you go along. However, there are significant bonuses to charging Mehrwertsteuer, and that is because you can also claim Mehrwertsteuer in the expenses that you are purchasing for your business. You're gonna have to weigh the pros and cons for yourself. If you want to keep it simple for now and just kind of get the ropes of running your own side hustle or business here in Germany, then you can opt in as a Kleinunternehmer for now. You can always switch it moving forward. And then, congrats! You're officially a business owner in Germany. It really is that easy. So step 3, which could actually be step 2 before registering your business, is opening a bank account. I'm going to tell you more about Revolut Business and why this makes sense for you if you are just starting out your business, if you are already running a business, or if you just want a side hustle. German business bank accounts seems rather tricky sometimes because German banks can be quite traditional. Tons of paperwork, waiting weeks for appointments, surprise fees. Nee, danke. And this is where Revolut Business comes into play. And trust me, it's going to be a game changer. And no, it's not just for expats. Whether you are a business, a freelancer, an SME, or a sole trader, Revolut Business is the perfect solution to managing your business finances. Here's a little fun fact. Over 20,000 businesses join Revolut Business each and every month. Why? Well, like many of the other things I promote over here on this channel, you can open your account 100% online and within minutes. There is no paperwork, there is no stress, and it's only 10 euros a month with super clear pricing for things like having an additional card or adding a partner to your card. There are no surprises from the Revolut side. And good news, if you are looking to scale up your business, well, they do have other banking tiers as well. Their basic is 10 euros a month, their grow plan is 30 euros a month, and their scale plan is 90 euros a month. So think big here. This is for teeny tiny businesses and also for massive corporations. They also have different prices for enterprises, and you can request those from Revolut Business directly. But since many of us are international, maybe not expats, but doing business internationally, you can also save with Revolut Business on your international transactions. So basically what happens is you can access these interbank exchange rates when you're working with your international clients, AKA you're getting the best rates on the market. My personal favorite banking feature, you can have up to 200 different virtual cards for different expenses, absolutely free of charge, all included in your banking fee. So say I want to divvy it up to my marketing expenses, paying my developer, any purchases I need to make, like a new laptop or a new camera. These can all be divided into different virtual cards. You can also use these to add team members so that they can make business expenses and you can monitor all of the transactions being made. So since they are entirely online, you can manage everything you need within their app. Their interface is super intuitive and you gain immediate access to real-time spending, invoices, and transfers. For any of you being like, but it's not a traditional bank, I don't know if it's trustworthy. Revolut Business is offered via a licensed European bank with a registered branch in Germany, making it fully operational and fully compatible with the Finanzamt requirements. And honestly, this tip that I have for you, regardless of whether it's sponsored or not, is going to be one of the biggest tips that I have for you that takes you from a massive headache of planning your business and organizing your business to the easiest win possible. And again, if you want to check out Revolut Business, you can check the link down below. We also have that 20 euro bonus if you are signing yourself up to. So step 4, getting all of your tools in place. And this is the exciting part for me. Now that you've set yourself up legally, it's time to get organized. I've shared a video with you before of all of the tools that I use as a freelancer here in Germany, but here's a quick overview of just a few of my favorites. Of course, I use Canva Pro for all of my branding and content. It is super. Google Workspace for all of my emails and docs, Repurpose.io and Social Pilot for repurposing my content and saving a ton of time on the marketing side of things. And of course, you can use Revolut Business for all things financial, managing team spending, subscriptions, assigning different virtual cards, and you can track everything. And your last step, number 5, is start selling and get paid. You're ready to make money now. Whether you're selling physical products, offering a service, or maybe even launching a course like I did, you've got to make sure that it is super easy for your clients to pay you and that everything is running smooth and completely organized. So let's stick with the example of Revolut Business. You can also accept card payments in person with Tap to Pay on iPhone or even on card terminals, as well as online using plugins that are compatible with things like Magento and many others. And you will get your money within 24 hours. So here's my bonus tip. One of the best and most unique features of Revolut Business is that when you are a small team, typically you're not going to have a ton of employees. You're gonna have a lot of freelancers helping you run the back end of things, whether that's a developer or a marketing agency or what have you. My favorite part of Revolut Business is that, like I mentioned, you have these 200 virtual cards. And so not only can you select a virtual card for each individual one of these virtual assistants you're working with, or team members, employees, whoever they are, you can have them all organized, but you can also set spending limits for them, track it all in real time, and totally avoid this receipt chaos. So trust me, even if it's just you right now or you and a virtual assistant, it's gonna be worth setting this up early and having it all done and organized for you. So like I said, running a business in Germany does not have to be complicated. You just have to follow the steps easily rather than sidetracking yourself. With the right setup, the right tools like I shared, it can be easy, almost quite fun, and profitable. So go register your business right now, open that Revolut Business bank account, and start getting paid. Again, you can grab my Revolut Business link, which is going to give you a 20 euro bonus when you sign up. All of the information and terms and conditions can be found down below in the description. Vielen lieben Dank und wie immer, bis später.